happylifefromadelightfullife.com. And I know I almost never get in front of the camera, but you know, I was feeling like I could do it tonight. I know it's a little dark, and you get to see all my wonderful crafting supplies back there. I don't know, I've been in a kind of weird space lately, and I know I've been kind of taking my channel in a little bit different direction than I normally do. My channel started out as a way of me kind of dealing with the emotional growth, mental growth that I've been going through. And I've started doing like unboxings and crafting stuff. But I'm still going to be doing, you know, I don't know, my passion has been, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to start from the beginning. I went through a major journey with, you know, finding myself, I guess. That's kind of cheesy, but it's the truth. I was a very unhappy person. I was a very unpleasant person to be around for a long time. You know, if you've known me for a long time, sorry, I kind of sucked. um, but a little over a year ago, I took a deep dive into figuring out what was wrong with me, and I uncovered a lot of stuff. It's quite an experience, I guess I could say. And I thought I wanted to be a life coach, and I kind of still leaning in that aesthetic, but as I go around doing more things like life coaching kind of things, I don't want to, I don't know, after being around like different Instagram life coaching folks and getting to know their websites and things like that, they're kind of, I don't want to be judgmental, but some of them are not very nice people, and I don't really want to be associated with that kind of vibe. And I also don't feel, well, okay, here's why I'm kind of shying away from that. When I started this journey, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just kind of, I knew there was something wrong, didn't know what. Thanks to the actual internet now, I was able to kind of self-diagnose my issues. I always knew there was something going on, but, you know, before the internet, you know, I'm 44, or 45, I turned 45 this year, so, you know, I've always been an avid reader, always been, like, into the library and stuff like that. I always go to the library, and I'm very familiar with card catalogs, even when we used to have to pull out the super long drawer and go file through all the little cards and write down the Dewey Decimal number and then go find it. I knew how to do all of those things. I loved it. I spent most of my time in the library when I was a kid because I didn't really know how to get along with other people, so I just kind of hung out by myself most of the time. But I read a lot of psychology books. I just thought I had depression. That was what I thought I had. That's what all the doctors told me. When I went to a psychiatrist and I went to a therapist, and they just said, oh, you're just depressed. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm depressed. And it was a lot more in depth than that. And I actually technically not really depressed. And I don't know if I truly ever, I mean, I've been depressed. I've been, you know, overly sad, but I realized that it was because I was stuck in my past. And used to suffer huge amounts of anxiety, and that was fear of what was going to happen. Depression is really a fear, or depression really comes from living in the past and believing that you can change the past, which from as a child, my biggest dream was to have a time machine and be able to go back in time and fix all of the things that I did wrong. Which, well, yeah, that's not gonna happen. And, you know, I used to be afraid to leave the house because I thought bad things were going to happen, and that's anxiety. Anxiety is a fear of the future. Once I realized these things, um, diagnosing my issues got a whole lot better because I realized that I wasn't actually depressed in the sense of, um, you know, being overly sad. I was stuck. I was living a past that I couldn't change, and it was destroying me as a person. So when I did some deep digging and started watching some YouTube videos, I started learning that mostly what I'm suffering from is, or was suffering from, I don't feel like anymore I'm really suffering from anything. I'm learning a lot of things, and I'm discovering a lot about myself, but I don't suffer anymore. I'm actually pretty happy. And I had chronic PTSD, CPTSD, um, and I had CEN, which is child emotional neglect. A lot of crummy things happened in my childhood, and I'll go over that in different videos. I'm trying to kind of do an overview right now of what I've gone through and trying not to go off on tangents, which I'm really bad about. um, but once I discovered those things, and then I had to figure out how to fix them. I'm not big on therapists. I think therapists have their place, but I've never actually gotten help from a therapist before. They seem very disinterested, and I mean, I kind of observe people. That's what I do. I've always been an observer. I pay really close attention to what people are doing, and I watch them. I've always been quiet and kind of, well, I used to be shy, and I don't know if it was just quiet or fear of, I think it's fear of rejection, but I've kind of lost a lot of that. I talk to strangers on the bus. I talk to you guys. I'm making a YouTube channel. I can't be that shy, right? I'm a little nervous still to be in front of the camera, but it's getting easier. If you knew me just even a year ago, you would understand how far I've come in this whole thing. But well, you can listen to some of my videos from last year. Was it really last year? I don't know. Anyway, I have some videos from when I first started my journey, and they're just voice videos because yeah, I was too nervous to be in front of the camera. I was almost too nervous to record my voice, but I'm okay with it now. But once I started peeling back the different layers of my different problems, those were the things that seemed mostly to stick out, or that I could identify with, were childhood emotional neglect and CPTSD. It's really difficult to say. And I just I kind of dived in and, oh yeah, therapist. I was talking about therapists. I think they have their place, but I just never really felt comfortable with them. I think, and I don't want to judge people who are going to therapists, but I don't really think that they're in the business of fixing the problem. I mean, if you fix your problem, then you don't have to go to a therapist anymore, so they don't make money. And I've never, it always seemed like they just wanted me to keep venting, and I've learned the hard way that venting is, holy shnikes, what was that? Fireworks, hopefully? Not something blowing up. Anyway, uh, venting, I learned the hard way that I'm not cool with venting. It's not healthy. I've read up on it, and you can argue with me in the comments if you like, but in my current belief system, venting is not a good thing unless you're talking to the person that you have a problem with. And I will talk about a lot of things about my life, but I will not talk about certain, specific people that I have a problem with on this channel. I will not vent about people unless I have spoken to them, and I'm working on that. There are some things that happened in my childhood that I will have to talk about that, just for clarification, but I want you to know that I'm not complaining. I've come to terms with my childhood. I've taken responsibility for the things that have happened to me, and I'll talk more about that. And I really want to deep dive into responsibility because that was a big eye-opener for me. It was a big game changer, and it's really important. But I know I've gone off on a tangent now. I've forgotten what I was trying to make a point about. Being coach. I don't want to identify myself as a coach, life coach, because I had so much not really bad, but just not good experiences with the whole coaching thing. And I know I keep looking over that way because there's my window and people are walking up and down the stairs. I live in an apartment complex. I'm actually on the second floor, but I go downstairs to get to my apartment because I live on the side of a mountain and the road is level with my window. It's weird, but I'm in Portland and there's a lot of mountains. Anyway, it seemed like there are a lot of coaches who just do it for the money, and I actually thought I wasn't going to make my goals of getting to the place where I am right now, because every life coach person that I kept trying to find information from, it was like, oh, well, here's this little tidbit of information, now pay me for the rest. Which I get, we all got to make money somehow, but I was desperate, and I didn't have, $500-$600 to spend on these little snippets of information. I would have been thousands of dollars in debt, which from, listening to different coaches, they've done that to themselves. They've gotten themselves into like $10,000 to $100,000 worth of debt to learn all of these things and get mentors, and, they say, oh, well, you're not serious if you're not willing to spend all of this money. And I kind of went back and forth on, am I serious? Do I really want to heal myself? Because I'm not spending, $10,000 on this program that I'm going to have to do another program to finish. I was like really afraid that I was like wasting my time trying to fix myself, and I was just beating around the bush because I wasn't going to actually heal anything unless I paid somebody $10,000 to be a mentor for me. And I realized it was all just a bunch of baloney. You can fix yourself, and you can do it for free. And they'll tell you, well, if you don't pay for it, you're not serious, so it's not going to work. That's not reality either. So, mixing it up, I want to help people like me who want to. I mean, here's the thing about fixing yourself. If you're not ready to fix yourself, you're not gonna. If you are serious, dead serious about changing who you are and becoming a better person, you're gonna do it. And it doesn't matter if you pay for it or not. If you're willing to put in the time to go searching around for YouTube videos and read as much books as you can, you're gonna fix yourself. And whether you paid $10,000 for it or not, that doesn't make it legitimate or not. So that is my feelings on my life coaching experience. And do I consider myself a life coach? Yes, I do, because I've studied it. I have a little certificate that says I am. And am I going to charge people? Not if I can help it. I want to do this for me, and I want to do it for you. If you are watching this video and you are serious about changing your life, you can do it. I hope I can help you along the way. It's possible. I believe in you. And you will want to start believing in yourself. And that's the number one trick. Because when you don't believe in yourself, it doesn't work. You're not going to get there. That was where I used to be. And I kept trying. It was like trying to dig through a concrete wall with a spoon. I was just not getting anywhere because I didn't truly believe that I could. I thought I was broken. I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought a lot of things that were not true. They're just beliefs that other people gave me. I'm not broken. I never was. You're not broken. You never were. Stuck? Probably. I was very stuck. But not broken. There is no such thing as a broken person. Still a little bit hard. It's still a process. It's still a hard one. But I'm getting there. And I feel better every single day. And I feel stronger every single day. And don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do it. Don't ever believe that you're not worth it, because you are. You're totally worth it. And don't let anybody ever believe or ever make you believe that you're not enough, because you are. You're worth the time and energy that it takes to make this happen. So that's it. That is my introduction to what I'm trying to do. And I'm going to actually be making a whole bunch of different random things that are fun because um, because I don't know. I think that life is too short. And I don't feel like making a bunch of random YouTube channels to put all of my junk on, so you're just gonna have to be bombarded by all of them, because that's kind of how my brain works. It's like, squirrel! I, um, I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to make it fun, hopefully, and informative, and if even one person watches my videos and can help themselves, then I will feel better. But I've done enough boohooing for today, and I am going to go do some push-ups and get ready for bed because I have to get up early in the morning and work. Alright, well, I will see you later, and you have a great journey, and I think my next video is going to be an unboxing. So I'm going to post this one, and then the unboxing, and then I think I'm going to start making rounds in little shops in Portland. It seems interesting to me, and I find a bunch of little weird off the beaten path, oddball kind of little places, and I want to explore them and take you guys along with me. So if you think of places in Portland that you want to see me go to, leave them down in the comments, and I will go there. Alright, have a great journey. Bye.